I got one question for you. What is the deal with this update, man? What is going on? We're over here reaching. We're just searching for something decent, something worth our time. And I think we may have found it. Something at least decent enough that we can just hold on to and say, okay, I got one good thing out of this update. Well, aside from Blue Marvel's timeline value, although I still haven't, really done any testing or went in there and found out myself, this is just what I'm hearing around the streets. But today, we're going to be taking this little lady into some content here. One thing I have to say is that all the uniforms look absolutely amazing. Only if they performed as well as they actually look. Also with Captain Marvel, I still got to get around to this testing. Unfortunately, there's only so much time in the day, and I only can produce so many videos in one day. I've been trying to get to 2 since the update dropped. Sometimes outside of update time, I'll try to get to 2. But I'm trying to put in the overtime. Fortunately enough, I actually have the time on my hands. And it looks like maybe for the next couple days as well, so I'll be able to bring you guys a little more content. But in any case, yeah, we're going to be taking Quasar into some content. Unfortunate for her, I actually ripped the energy off of her and I gave it to Quasar. And man, I do this all the time where I stack up these characters thinking that they're going to be good, that something decent's going to result from actually putting in the resources and whatnot. But at the very least, I'm bringing you guys the content and can save you the headache, the resources, the money perhaps, and just the time of going ahead and actually, building some of the characters that are just a bit underwhelming, that unless you really love the character, unless you love Spectrum, definitely a pass for me. She's a pass in my book. She could possibly bring some PvP value, and that's what we'll be getting to in one of the future videos. But for PvE, we're going to be talking about her in PvE. Yeah, it's been said that this update seems like a PvP oriented update, and a lot of characters they're going to bring more value in the PvP arena than in the PvE arena. Maybe, just maybe, she might bring value in both, perhaps. And so this is what I did with her build so far. I went ahead and gave her 12 Odin's Blessing, same exact treatment as I gave Spectrum, same exact treatment. She has stage 10 Power of Angry Hulk. Spectrum had stage 10 as well. And then this is the same exact CTP of energy that Spectrum had. I ripped it off her and I gave it to Quasar. Her uniform is mythic. If you're not aware of her options, we got Ghost Rider, Agent Venom, Miles Morales, Gambit, and then Quicksilver there. They're all mythic. So we're going to actually be testing her in the same exact stage, same exact team as we did Spectrum. But her rotation, so check this out. Her rotation is actually, like, her skills are amazing. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody's skills operate the way hers actually do. So let's pop in here. Silly Godzillanator, what are you doing, man? I always do this. First, we got to actually talk about her skills and, just her buffs and whatnot. So on her Tier 2 passive, she has guaranteed dodge rate by 30%. She has ignore dodge by 40%, which is very, very nice. And then skill damage, bonus damage. Her 1 and 2, don't really have buffs. Actually, she doesn't have many buffs on her skills, as a matter of fact, altogether. So her 3 just has, she has some all defense down, and she has immunity. Her 4 has penetration, and she has a heal on 4, and it activates right away, unlike Spectrum, where, she, in my opinion, right, if you're running her PvE, might as well not even have a heal. And then on her 5th does have accumulation and invincibility. And then that's pretty much it as far as her buffs go. She does have, some PvP, style stuff on her Tier 1 passive, where she removes debuffs and then has a shield of 50% of her HP for 5 seconds every 15 seconds. On her uniform, though, is very nice because she has 20% chain hit and she has some decreased damage. I'm not super excited about decreased damage. It's okay. But the chain hit is really what excites me. I was going to say something else, but I stopped myself. Okay, and then on her Awaken skill, it's pretty much per the usual. She does have a proc on it, but you're actually going to let the Awaken skill play out. I learned that on her rotation. You actually want to let the awaken skill play out. It does more damage, at least for my testing. So her rotation, okay, so check this out. All right, let me get this guy in the corner. I'll be right back. Alrighty, this one, he was a bad boy, so he got sent to timeout over here. All right, so basically all of her skills are cancelable except 1 in 5. And I'm not going to go through with showing you like all the hits on each individual skill, but let me just show you this. And this is on her regular rotation. So if you go 2, 3, 4, 5, look how many hits. Dude, there's 110 hits just on her 2, 3, 4, 5 on a regular rotation. You could do something funky. So like I said, the 5 is not cancelable. It's cancelable at a point. So if you wait until she kind of pops up there, assuming that mob was actually in. So once she slams down, you can actually cancel it. So once she actually slams on the ground, but in my opinion, it's too risky. Like if you were playing her with a rage, you could probably try to do something like that. I wasn't really testing her to with a rage because I have an energy on her, and I just think even if rage wasn't getting points knocked down or energy getting increased by Pierce, I still think an energy would be best just because of all the hits and then the chain hit damage that's already on her uniform there. So I just think energy synergizes real well with her. But on her awaken rotation, it's going to look like this. So you're basically going to cancel all skills, and then you're going to let the awaken skill just play out. Now there are more hits if you and you actually stop it at a certain point there, and you'll see once I take her in. But this is basically what it looks like. I'm going to show you. There's actually more hits, I think, if you actually cancel outside of these hits here, because you're actually going to kind of interrupt it at that point. But if you can you could also do this. You could also go 2, 3, 4, 6, 5. You could do something like that, and you see there's a lot of hits there. But sometimes, I don't know, that doesn't matter as much, because the thing is, like, she kind of pops out, like, she pops out kind of quickly, and the proc is still running. If you have an animation that's actually running longer, it just seems to work out better, or at the very least in this case, it works out better. So let's pop into some World Boss Legend and see what this little lady stacks up. All right, but before we jump in here, something I have to set the record straight on. It's always amazing to me how I go through and I'll explain exactly what I'm doing and the reason why I'm doing it. Like in Spectrum's video, how I had this team here, and obviously Proxima's passive doesn't apply to her, but I was comparing her with Proxima, and somebody said like it's basically not fair because Proxima is taking advantage of her passive because her passive doesn't work for Spectrum. Yeah, I know that, but it's a part of Proxima's kit. You can't, and I explained this in the video. I don't know, maybe they just fast forwarded through it. I'm not sure, but that's why certain things they need context to them, and you probably should just watch the whole video so you can hear the reasons why I'm doing certain things. But as far as I'm concerned, running this team with Spectrum and then running with Proxima, it's the same thing, right? They're on even ground. Now when I put Rogue in here, it was a little bit different because I gave Rogue Storm, and Spectrum's lead. So I was just trying to balance things out. Yeah, I know Spectrum's lead is part of her kit, so yeah, that could have been slightly imbalanced, but Rogue still would have been faster regardless. Like Storm's passive isn't going to make Rogue that much faster. But we're going to compare Quasar to a couple other characters. We're going to compare to Proxima and then possibly even Rogue again. And I don't know, it might be the same team for Rogue, it might not. I'm not exactly sure, but let's get to it. All right, and here we go. So this is the same exact team that I ran Spectrum. Same exact team, and then when I run Proxima, I'm just going to replace Quasar. Now I know Proxima's a native tier 2. I realize this, but the thing is, if a character is just that much stronger, or if a character is worth it, or if the character's in the game period, you gotta kind of compare them, right? You gotta see where their power lies, and I think Proxima is just a good benchmark, a good character to compare other characters to. So as I mentioned, I'm going to let the Awaken skill play out here. Like I said, it does more damage, and then you sprinkle 1 and 2 in there. It's probably gonna get trapped up here. Oh no, very nice. then you hit the 1, and you can also hit the 2 again afterwards for a little bit more damage. Yeah, I do have beatdown on her right now. Let's see if I get trapped up. Can I avoid it? I avoided it. Very nice. Very nice. I like it. It's a lot of skills canceling. I don't think that was a good proc at all. Hopefully our proc doesn't activate again. The Insight proc activated, which is totally fine. But, I mean, she's getting through this pretty nicely, man. It's looking like... Okay, I didn't charge the beat down there, but it doesn't even matter. A minute. She's getting down this... She's getting down to 30 bars in 1 minute. It took Spectrum a minute and 40 seconds to do that. So there's definitely quite the difference there. Quasar seems to be much stronger than Spectrum at this point, and there's some pretty nice damage on that Awaken skill. So let me show you what the difference is between doing 2, 3, 4, 6, 5 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not that much, but it's a little bit. It's enough to do it the other way. And I'll show you, and then that's when we're gonna take some other characters in here. So here, I'll do the 2, 3, 4, 6, 5 where we cancel it. Okay, so we got down to, 54 and 3/4 there, or it would be 53 and 3/4, whatever you want to call it. Now, on the other rotation, the one that I suggested is letting 6 play out. You're getting about another bar of damage, just about. So, okay, you let it play out, boom. You're even getting more than another bar. You're getting like another bar and a half of damage. So, yeah, letting the Awaken skill play out is definitely the thing to do there. All right, let's see how she stacks up to other metas here. All right, popping back in here, running Miss Proxima here. And we're going to see how much stronger Proxima is, or if she's stronger at all. I don't know. It's going to be a tight one, I'll tell you that much. Proxima's just pretty good. On a regular rotation, she's doing what Quasar's Awaken rotation does, pretty much. And yeah, I realize, she's a native tier 2. Everybody knows that. But yeah, she's just kind of flying through this here. And Proxima, she's just so good, man. Look at this. This is insane, dude. This is absolutely insane how fast she's getting through this. So she's a little bit faster. She's about 15 seconds faster than Quasar. Now let's see how another character does here. For all you nitpickers out there, I found a solution, and I think it's as close as we're actually going to be able to get. Okay, so Quasar, she got 36 and 36 from Spectrum's lead, plus she got 45% from Raven support. So she got 81% on the attack, plus 36% on the ignore dodge. Elsa's giving 30% to the attack, plus 50 from Valkyrie's passive, which is 80, right? So Quasar's getting 1% more, and then she's getting 30% ignore dodge from Valkyrie's passive, so she's getting 6% more on the ignore dodge. It's not much. I feel like it's negligible. So this is the team we're going to run with, and it's how we're going to rock it out. So I could have done. Could I have done this on the last one? I probably could have. But here we are. Can't go back in time. Wish I could. That would be absolutely lovely. All right, you know what? We're jumping back into this because one of the Clintar cage phases just didn't come. It was the second one, so I want things to be even. It didn't come for Proxima either, as a matter of fact. So you could probably add some time to Proxima's run, actually. It happens. I'm not gonna rerun it just for that. And yeah, you want to cancel the you know, anytime I'm in that situation, I always try to cancel 3, 4, 5, and then you have the tier 3 up on the very next rotation here. You just got to cancel the 2 rather quickly, or if you can get the 2 in. So right there is actually what I was talking about. That phase, that Clintar Cage phase didn't come, so I want things to kind of be equal here. I'll tell you, without that phase coming, she was at about the same exact time, actually. So it seems like, yeah, this seems about right. Avoiding that, we got, it was actually about 4 minutes, so about 8 seconds. Okay, so she seems to be a little bit slower than Quasar. Now she's missing 6% on the ignore dodge and then 1% on the attack. So is that going to speed her up 8 seconds? No, not at all. Maybe like 1 second, 2 seconds, maybe. But she seems to be pretty good. We got a golf clap in the background for Quasar. Finally, something decent. Now she's not meta breaking. Doesn't seem like she's meta breaking, like she's going to, you know, break all the records and exceed all the tests. But it seems like she's definitely super fun. She's definitely super fun, and I think she could definitely be a usable character. Like even if Black Panther was something like this. Something to this extent, because I mean, check it out. You can cancel all her skills. It's actually pretty bananas. And there's so many hits, dude. There's over 100 hits on her 2, 3, 4, 5, which is pretty cool. Is she worthy for a brilliant? I don't know about that. Maybe. I think, you know what? I don't know. She might synergize like very well with the brilliant just because of all the hits, and then the 20% chain hit on her uniform could then, you know, exponentially, you know, increase the damage, if you catch my drift. If you guys want to see that, I'll grab a brilliant and I'll actually test her with a brilliant. But I mean, that's a lot of hits in like such a short amount of time. Dude, 114 hits. That's pretty insane. So can she be she could possibly do like a one shot if you did the 2, 3, 4 2, 3, 4, 6, 5. So if we did the deal like this, I think she could possibly be a one shot. There's just a lot going on there, right? And then you got that tornado that spans. So I mean, I'm satisfied with her. I think she looks very cool. She looks stunning. She is stunning, and she's very fun to play. Her survivability is really good. So yeah, she's pretty tanky. But you know, it's like this update, you kind of want to test these characters in PvP as well. I really wish there was more PvP content outside of just like timeline, right? Because you can't just pop in it AC, right? You have to play by their timeline. Oh, their timeline. You got to play by you know, the times that it's actually going on. You can't just pop in there whenever you want. Timeline's the only game mode that you can actually really do that. I mean, kind of Alliance Tournament, but you're not even really playing, right? You know, you set your team and it just kind of goes. I mean, it's the same with AC, but there's a little more strategy involved, right? But let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I was planning on doing Blue Marvel. I keep saying Blue Marvel. It seems like a lot of people already you know, tested them, but you know, there's nothing like a Godzillanator test to really see, you know, what's going on there. And then Captain Marvel. As far as America Chavez, I'm not really gonna be rushing to get her done. Probably just when like her uniform is ranked up, and I don't know, maybe when like I run out of content to do, I'll finish her off, and then we'll see what she's actually good for. I'm thinking it's just gonna be some PvP stuff. I'm hearing people already tested her in PvE and ABX, right? Because we had the ABX day yesterday, and she was not bringing anything to the table. As for Blue Marvel, though, I want to know what CTP you guys actually want to see this guy with. I'll probably, you know, I could typically get to, I don't know, maybe 3 in a video. That might be pushing it. You know, we'll just pop in to do some PvE testing, and then you know, some timeline stuff. I probably throw this Mighty Transcendence on him, Regen, maybe Greed, Destruction. I don't know. I want to hear from you guys. What do you want to see on the man? But I'm going to end it there, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm kind of relieved that we actually got something decent so far. She's not bad. She is not bad at all. So I'll see you in the next one. So you better stay tuned. You stay breezy, but most of all, friend, you stay safe out there now. Peace.